in this cement, like when you get on the good surface, the car is so smooth. Folks, I always try to bring you the best possible content. So today we have the Pink Pig. We have a 4680 Model Y, one of the first 3000 produced. We have that, which we're gonna test drive shortly. And then we also have a Fremont made long-range Tesla Model Y. So I'm gonna show you the difference between all three of these vehicles. Like, first of all, let's just appreciate this look right here. Looks incredible. So we're gonna do a test drive of this shortly, but this coming out of the Texas facility, there are minor differences that really add up to this being a better built car. First of all, the paint overall looks very nice. I've always thought that the gray looked nice on these cars. It seems to be a quality color that they have that seems to adhere better to the body panels. Also, this panel right here seems to be nice and tight. This panel right here, about the same as my Model Y here. You can see how it juts out a little bit. This isn't an error, I don't think. That's just how it is. Moving around to the back of the car, a minor difference on the interior is this. This came standard with the car. This is not an aftermarket part or option or anything like that. This just comes with the Model Ys. I'm pretty sure it's magnetic. Yes, it is magnetic, just like the Model S Plaid is, so it's not juddering around back here. That's a new word, juddering. Juddering around when you go over bumps, so that's nicely done. Also, something kind of funny here, in the sunlight, you can see these rings. Those are the suctions that they use in the factory to fit the glass onto the back of the car. So they are pumping these out so quick that they don't even have time to go ahead and wipe the interior down of the car. And maybe that's why the cars come with handprints from Tesla employees on the interior of them, because they're just putting them out so fast they don't have time to actually clean them out. So overall though, the build quality on this is excellent. The fit and finish is exactly where it needs to be. There's nothing that you can complain about on this Model Y. Now, another thing that I will say about this Model Y as to why it's kind of a letdown for me is because Elon Musk on Battery Day said that they were going to come out with a car that was 10% lighter and 16% more efficient. If you put those numbers on a Model Y, that takes it to over 400 miles of range because it's 400 pounds lighter, it's 16% more efficient, and that's not what this car is. So it does have the structural pack. We'll drive it, and I'll talk about that in a minute. Overall, I mean, yeah, the door, it thuds. Like, here's my door. It just doesn't thud as nice as this one does. It pops open. Yeah, it's just, there is certainly a difference in the way that it behaves in that sense. Again, you have the Alcantara there, so that looks nice. Black interior. Another minor difference here is this center console. So this is now magnetic. You can see the magnets right there, and then that snaps down into place. But yeah, the black seats look great. I don't know, the Model Y, it's a really hard car to beat. I mean, I just drove mine across the country again. It's a pleasure to be in. All the hours that I've spent in this thing, it's excellent. And now with this model, I just wish they made it the 400 pounds lighter. It would be interesting, maybe if they weighed this thing, maybe it is 400 pounds lighter and they were able to put less batteries in it, which would help them pump out more cars because they're putting in less batteries into more cars, so it gets more range. This having 279 miles from the factory. I think on the screen it said 285. This only has 30 miles on it, so it's still calibrating. And then we have the long range over here. Again, Fremont built car, Texas built car, Fremont built car. It's really cool to see them all side by side. Okay, so we're out here. Tim, thank you, really appreciate it. Yeah. Subscriber to the channel. You guys that have reached out to me and let me use your cars for videos, I can't thank you enough. So what I try to do is, like for this video, for example, sponsored by Hydra Silex. So Tim, go on their website, whatever you want, let me know, and we'll send it out to him. So Hydra Silex, you can see this has the black interior. If you want to help maintain that matte factory finish, their interior cleaner is excellent. Their ceramic glass cleaner is excellent. Their ceramic waterless wash. Those are the products that I use the most on mine. Tim will now have access to that, and whatever else they have a whole bunch of stuff. Their soap, I use it all. But code GJEEBSJUNE or GJEEBSJULY will save you 25% off of their website. They've been a supporter of the channel for a while now. So thank you guys for supporting them. Hydra Silex, thank you for sponsoring the channel. But let's talk about this Model Y, because this is what everyone has been waiting for. So we're just cruising around here. Let's just get on the accelerator. gotta say, and let's see, we're just rolling. It's a hair.
It's a tiny bit.
It's a hair. It's not crazy. Like, you're not gonna get in this car and be like, oh, this is slow.
No.
But you have a long range.
From the long range, it's just something's off.
Yes, it's just slightly off, as most Teslas are in some way. The build quality on this is excellent. Also, let's talk about the suspension. Everyone says they ride too stiff, they're too loud. This has the double paned glass, it's quieter in here, and it also has the 19-inch wheels. So my recommendation to everyone is, if you want the most comfortable ride, get the 19-inch wheels. The 20s, you have a little bit sharper handling and things like that, but you give up some ride quality. And also the range on the car. If you put the hubcaps on, it's about 5% more range that you get, and you can take them off and put a wheel finishing set on, and the car looks great. Overall, I mean, it feels nice. It's interesting, and I don't know if you've ever sensed this, but the white seats to me feel stiffer than the black seats.
Never sat in the white.
Yes, well, we'll have to take a seat in it. Let me know what you think. But I don't know why that is. It's just an observation my ass has made. That's all that is. From a dig here. Now, generally on the slower Teslas, from a dig, it's much softer. On the performance Teslas, it's brutal. That's probably where the difference is. That lets them be a little bit more efficient, a little more range out of the car. But yeah, overall, I mean, the little minor changes that they made have all been good. The build quality is coming together. And I always tell people, like, the Model Y started in 2020. They're only 2 years in.
Yeah.
Toyota, Mercedes, Honda, they've been building cars for some 100 years. So you got to give Tesla a little slack. I know it's annoying. I know they're expensive, but you have to give them some slack because they've built an incredible infrastructure to let you travel the United States, the United Kingdom, Canada, wherever you're at. And you have a reliable infrastructure of charging, and you have cars that are all very reliable. Also, on my way over here, I saw a Nissan Altima up in flames. The world seems to think that only Teslas catch fire. This is not true.
I've yet to see one.
You're right. I have yet to see one. I've seen them online, but I've seen several Altimas on fire. Yeah. That won't make headlines, but this is where you come for that the heavy-hitting real news. So I just had to bring that to everyone. My thing with this, yeah, it's a letdown in the sense that I wish it was what they promised.
Yeah.
I wish it was the 350 or 400 mile car. It might be lighter. It's tough to say. The ride quality is great. The sound in the car is great. And the suspension seems to be nicely tuned. Part of that has to do with the fact that the wheels are just a smaller diameter and there's more tire there to eat up some of the bumps on the road. Also, I've seen your comments where people have written that the German-made cars feel excellent. So if you think the car feels great, then that's great. You don't need to look to an aftermarket suspension. Everyone has different preferences on cars. So really, you just have to test it out for yourself and see what you like, and then just make that decision. Don't go off of what you hear in forums and YouTube videos. You know, test it out as much as you can for yourself. That's why I try to bring like a neutral view on all this, because it is hard. Right now, it's so scarce to even be able to test drive a Tesla. Yeah, but I mean,
it feels a little bit slower.
It does. It's a little bit. I think the average consumer will get in and they'll be like, this is the fastest car I've ever driven.
Anybody else.
Yeah, we're being picky because it's the back-to-back comparison. The other thing I've found when I'm driving my Tesla is I'm more at ease. In a gas-powered car, I'm more on edge or like less relaxed. In this, I'm just like, I'm just cruising along. You don't have to keep the RPMs up. I love seeing the build quality coming together. That's great. You know, a couple smudges on the glass is fine. But when you get a car that has like smudges on this interior part, they can control that. That's kind of annoying. There's a red Model 3 in front of us. It looks beautiful this time of night. Yeah. Driving dynamics, the car feels great. The car's put together well. So now we're gonna go jump in my Model Y, and then we're going to go jump in the Fremont built long range Model Y with FSD beta built into it. So we're gonna check that out, and hopefully the sun state's out for us. Okay, so slight change in plans. Elon Musk is driving the vehicle. I've a full self-driving beta. This is incredible. We just pray now.
It'll take the turn lane, it'll be good. A little force to the steering wheel. It just wants to know you're there.
Okay.
But see, it's picking the lane.
Oh my goodness, this view is so cool.
See every car.
Heck. All right. right, so we're analyzing the intersection. We've gotten a green light. Don't curb the wheels.
It won't do it. I've done it. It won't.
Nice. Yeah, so this is an experience I didn't expect to have here. But also something to note, so this is the full self-driving beta. So if I go and pay the $12,000 right now, I will not have this view. It's very, very different.
You drive like a grandma.
Yeah, which I can't. Yeah, thank you for showing this. This is cool.
It's kind of freaky, huh?
It is freaky. It's very hard to trust, but it's not like the car putzes around. It drives at pace.
Yeah, oh no, now it's freaking out.
Oh, so there we go. It freaked out at that guy. But sorry about that, sir.
No, you're good.
We weren't driving. Sorry, sir. We weren't driving the car.
Elon.
Yeah.
Grandma Elon was doing it.
Elon was. Okay. So is it 3 pumps then?
3.
Okay.
But see, you get weird stuff like that, where it's like,
yeah,
it's predicting this guy's gonna just bust through an intersection.
Right. And it has to be cautious about that. Like, I get it. But that's also the thing. Like, the car can't drive itself. It's, you know, it's
Oh, this is our destination.
Okay.
Actually.
So that was very cool. So now we'll get on it a little bit. You can feel, just even if you're not trying to drive fast, you can feel the throttle response.
It's so much better.
Yeah, you're right. Even though it's only 0.2 seconds, the throttle response is definitely sharper. That whole, the screen, what that looks like is so cool. Ride quality, it's a little bit louder in here. Just the wheels, that's just like part of it, and then the handling is just a little bit sharper. But it's all minor things. Like, if you don't mind the little loss in range, you go from 330 miles to 318 miles, and you're like, I just love the look of the 20s. Get the 20s. You know, it's not that much of a loss. You're just giving up a little bit. You know, there's always a trade-off. So this was to drive back to back, and then we'll go into my car now. I'll let Tim drive so he can feel the unplugged suspension after going back to back in this, and we'll see what the thoughts are. All right, so we're cruising around here. Again, I have the unplugged performance luxury suspension. So Tim, honest thoughts, how it feels.
I don't notice a difference between this and my long range.
Yeah, we just got out of it. Same wheels. This is lowered 1/8 of an inch, but...
And I'm driving around, I drive every day.
Yeah.
Right, so I kind of know where the bumps are.
I don't know. I seem to think that it adds there's a little extra that it adds, like into the cushion of the ride. The damping, to me, seems to be a little bit better. But the other thing that I've always tried to explain to everyone is, with installation, this is about $3,000. You're not gonna get in the car and it's gonna be like, oh my God, everything's different now. It's a slight improvement, and Tim's saying that he really can't even feel that much. So it's good to have that, you know, I'm a third party. Well, he's even a fourth party perspective, just on the unplugged suspension.
Maybe a little bit. I see what you're saying on, like, the dampening.
Yeah.
Mine, when it hits a bump, I don't know. Maybe it's like the rebound.
Yeah.
Where this one, it doesn't have a jolt to it on a bump.
It more eats it. You glide over the bump. Like, where I could really tell was if you went over train tracks. The stock car is like, it's a hard hit, where this is a little softer. It just soaks it up a little bit better. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
You could definitely hear it though.
Mm.
The difference in the glass.
Yeah.
Yeah. The ground effects on that
Yeah. Street glow's back. Street glow is back, folks. Starting in Texas. Yeah, so I hope this video was helpful to everyone, trying to bring you these cars back to back to back. It's hard to get them all stacked in a row. So Tim, thanks again. I sincerely appreciate it. Yeah, let me know what questions you guys have in the comments below. I'll try to get back to as many of you as possible. But thank you for the support. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Again, hydrosilix code is GJEEBSJULY or GJEEBSJULY. Saves you 25% on the website for cleaning your car. The stuff is excellent, and they're a great sponsor of the channel. So we'll see you next time.